Again everyone, and in this tutorial I am going to show you how to make a QR code. And so there are actually two different tools that I use to make a QR code. So I'm first going to go to Vimeo, and let's say that there's a video that I uploaded to Vimeo that I want to turn into a QR code. And let's find someone's video to use here. So let's just pick this person here. Okay, this is a video that I or one of my students created, and the first thing I'm going to do is copy that link. Whatever I want the QR code to lead to is what I need to copy. So it could be the link to a video, it could be a link to a video on YouTube, it could be a link to just a normal website. Any kind of link will work with a QR code. So the first step is to copy that link. Then I'm going to show you two different ways. So one way that I do it is using Google or Google, so Goo.gl. Go there, and this is actually a URL shortener. So sometimes we have really huge, long URLs that we want to shorten. Or we have URLs that are kind of complicated, like these Vimeo URLs that have all these numbers in it. And I want to get something that's a little bit easier to type in for my students. So let me go over what I did. I pasted the URL here in the box, and I clicked on Shorten URL. And then I click on Done. And then it keeps a list of all of the URLs that I've shortened. And I'm going to go over here. So one thing that I have that I can use is the shorten URL. And that I can put, let's say that we want to do something with our parents and we're making QR codes, but our parents might not have a QR code reader app on their phone, or they might not have a smartphone. They might be using something else. So we would probably want to also provide a link so that the only way to get where we want them to get isn't just through the QR code. There's also a link that takes them there. So that's why short URLs are good, because then it's easier to type in this link rather than that really long Vimeo URL. Or, and you know, that for website addresses, even that Vimeo one is pretty short. So that's why shortening URLs is useful. Then I can also get a QR code of that same URL by clicking on these three little dots here and clicking on QR code. There's the QR code. I can click on it. I can drag that to my desktop, and then I can print that off, or I can put that in Word and add some text to it. Okay, so that's how you do a shortened URL and a QR code with goo.gl, Goo.gl. The other tool that I use more often is qrstuff.com. And I use it more often because I don't always need a shortened URL. And sometimes I want the QR code to be a different color or to make it fancy. And you cannot do that with the tool I just showed you. So here's another example. This is qrstuff.com. And it'll shorten a whole bunch of different things, including website URLs. So basically, you choose what it is, and for most cases it will be a website. Sometimes it might be a YouTube video, something you want your students to watch and you want to create a QR code of. You paste that link into number 2 here, and then you can decide what color you want it to be. And not only that, there's also different things you can do here in number 4. So after you pick a color, you can download it, you can print it, you can email it, and if you click on print, you'll see that it even gives you a choice of printing a whole bunch of them. So if you're making a QR code and you need a bunch of copies of it, then it'll print that right there for you. I'm going to go back and show you another cool thing. Over here where it says create a visual QR code, if you click on that, you can actually kind of spice up your QR code a little by turning something that looks like this into something that has a picture in the background and might be a little more exciting. So they have a bunch of images in their gallery that you can use, but you can also upload an image from your own desktop. So you or your students could search online for the type of image that they want and upload that here and then place the QR code on top of the one that they pick. And if you pick one, I'm just going to do one here really fast, you'll see that it places the QR code on the thing, lets you resize it and decide where you want to put it. So if I want to put this like right in the middle of the heart, I can press to create it, and then there I've created my QR code in the middle of this heart. So depending on the purpose of your QR codes, you might want to be able to make them look fancy. Okay, so that's qrstuff.com, and as always, if you need any assistance, please let me know.